Hello and welcome to this episode of Ring Takes. Of course, I'm Daniel, joined by Brian and Lewis. But since this special occasion on last Saturday, SummerSlam, which we'll be reviewing, we had a person that has not wrestled in WWE, at least an official match in 12 years, CM Punk. We have our own resident favorite CM Punk fan here, John Escobar, joining us. Thank you, John, for joining us here on the heels of SummerSlam.
Here we go. Here we
What,
go.
you didn't like that warm welcome? Your man CM Punk comes back, but we'll get
No,
into it. We'll get into
already
it.
ganging up on me.
We'll get into it. But first off, we're starting off. This will be episode 73, of course, SummerSlam review. In Roman Reigns' return, of course, the Tribal Chief has come back to WWE in a highly contested bout between Cody Rhodes.
Get all the ones up. Just show all the ones there.
You can't keep. You want to know what? I was saving this, but why not?
Oh my God. Here we go.
Just excellence. Just excellence. That's all it is.
Team Solo.
But
I,
that's,
and I'm gonna say this right now
Go ahead.
before
Go ahead.
I'm taking this. Jacob is going to be the future, and I'm letting you know right now.
John, I tried to tell these two a long time ago that I'm more interested in Jacob than Solo Sokoa as far as this group goes. I've been trying to say that. Jacob Fonto's the guy.
Jacob is the guy, but Dan refuses to acknowledge it, just like he refused to acknowledge 2 years ago when I said that Gunther was the freaking man, and now he's all up in his case.
All right.
We'll get into that. But I just want to know what you guys thought of one first of the match between Cody Rhodes and Solo, and of course the return of Roman Reigns and where this potentially could lead to.
All right. Well, John, you want to go first? We'll let you.
I'll go. I have a lot of built-in anger over here. So, all right. So the match was good. I think the match was pace wise. It was good. I liked it. I thought they were going through their paces. Solo put on a good show. You can't deny that. The guy has a lot of people like to, excuse my language, but shit on him because of his of his in-ring experience. But honestly, the kid guy, he can do it. I mean, a lot of people don't like him, obviously for reasons unbeknownst to me, but
he's not the original tribal chief. That's why
he's the tribal chief. Roman Reigns retired, so it's okay. But
according to Solo,
did Paul Heyman acknowledge him?
No, Paul. Listen, Paul Heyman's gonna go back. Paul Heyman's gonna go back to CM Punk at one point, and he's gonna leave Roman Reigns because he knows Roman Reigns can't cut a promo to save his life. So that's gonna happen. But the match, getting back to the point of the matter of fact, the match was great. I gave it a 3.5 stars. I thought it was decent. There was more to be yearned. I think Cody's becoming a little bit more stale. Like, I don't know if you notice it. I mean, people are still behind him, but like Cody's matches are becoming predictable. So it's more of the predictability of the match than anything else. We all knew, everybody in the world, it was the worst kept secret in the world that Roman Reigns was going to come back. We all knew this. Everybody coming in knew this. Everybody in the crowd knew it. And it was just like, I don't know, like the last good match that he had was against AJ Styles in France.
Sometimes predictability is good.
No. Listen, I hear you, and I think this match, like the whole SummerSlam in general, was all predictable, but it was very good predictable. It wasn't that it wasn't like bad predictable. We always get some really bad predictable PLEs, but this was a good predictability PLE, and just the match itself. I honestly thought. Yes, it should have gone last because of the Roman pop. It was a little cheap pop, but he got it. But let's see. I don't know. I just think it was more to be earned for that match. For me personally, I thought the match could have been better. Cody does the same thing over and over. It's just He's becoming the John Cena.
Supposed to do?
He's becoming the John Cena.
It's part of the story, though. It's
His
not.
story's over. His story's done.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm not his story. I'm just
I was
talking about the
say,
storyline.
No, I get it. They're already setting up Cody to weave away from the bloodline, so the whole bloodline faction, so they can concentrate on the Civil War that's about to happen,
Yeah.
and the new bloodline's about to destroy, Roman. That's what we want. Let's go, Jacob. Let's go, Jacob.
Hey, he might be injured though.
I just read on the.
Why you gotta put that negativity out there, man? No,
It's not negativity; it's reality.
Well,
I've been trying to find ever since Saturday. I've been trying to find out if he's hurt or not. Like checking the dirt sheet.
I saw the picture of the boot, but
the walking boot. I did see the picture of the boot.
I was trying to figure out like how he got injured because I'm like,
well, you saw how he got injured. That was really.
I think his foot jammed into the table.
Was it his foot or his shin that hit the table?
It could have been his shin, because when I replayed it, I was looking at it. Hit when he did the splash, his foot kind of like hit the table, table end, and it like. Bah. So and you could tell like it was he was in real agonizing pain.
Yeah. The minute I saw that, he's like, if I'm injured right now, this fucking sucks.
Yes, bro, because this is the worst time to get injured, especially now that you can develop the Civil War.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing they signed. Who did they sign? They signed
Nicoleo?
like the 9th million Samoan. No, I don't know what is it. Samoan WWE.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is going
to be the dynasty for a reason, right?
Listen, The Rock is running the show for a reason, bro. I think he's going to sign his cousins. He's going to sign his cousins. Everybody's cousins. I'm telling you. His daughter's already a general manager. Who knows? Who knows? I'm telling you, his wife is gonna be CEO of WWE one day. It's bound to happen. I don't get it. That's it. It's just call it the Samoan Wrestling Federation, Samoan Wrestling Entertainment.
He's trying to do what his grandmother did, basically.
Yeah, they're just gonna take over it. It's just they're gonna create more Samoans, and it's just. That's going to be the characters. Like, which is the better Samoan? It's just crazy. It's insane how many are they coming out with? The Civil War is going to look like Avengers versus X-Men type shit. Like, it's going to be like, when is it going to end?
It's not.
I'm fine with it.
No, I am too.
Yeah,
for me, I think Cody was just playing his part. I thought it was a great match. Like John said, I think we all kind of knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew, and their moms kind of unless you're not paying close enough attention, everybody knew that Roman was coming back at SummerSlam. Obviously, it's one of the big, the Big Four or whatever. And everybody was just waiting to see it. And when it happened, it was just perfect. And just it's crazy to see. And this is, I think, maybe I agree with John. Like, it kind of sucks because it's like now that he's back as a baby face, is this diminishing Cody? Because he's been the top baby face this whole reign. And now you got Roman coming back. And with that type of reaction, now everybody has their hands up just for him. We're chanting, "We want Roman." Does this kind of negate his popularity? I don't think so, because I think Cody is still just going to be hot in general because everybody loves him. But I think Roman is somewhat overshadowing him now, especially now that he is a babyface.
You don't hold the title for 4 years and don't overshadow everyone.
No, exactly.
This is true. This is very true.
I know. But it's crazy to think how for the longest people wanted Roman to lose the title, and then he left, and everybody immediately wanted him back.
That's the antithesis of a great heel, right? Like when they go away or when they get hurt, when they come back, and then that babyface role, everybody's behind them because of that change.
Yeah, so it's just crazy to see like that reaction, that pop, and I think this adds to the mystique of Roman. Yes, I will sit here and say it as well. Early on, I was not a fan of Roman. He was the John Cena for me for the longest time, just always getting the win, terrible promos. It was just forced, and it was just like, nothing about him was like special until sad to say, but I mean, I with like the whole cancer scare. But then when he came back and he was just like full blown heel, and they just let him be heel, and and I feel like because other people said in like backstage stuff, they're like, this is who he is. They're like, he's a cocky motherfucker. This is a cocky bastard. And I think that's why I give him like credit, because I'm just like, they didn't let him be that for the longest time. The only time he was a heel was when he was in the Shield early on, and he wasn't really cutting promos like that. It was mostly like Seth or Dean or whatever.
He was the muscle.
But now when they let him go off and he became the tribal chief and just that whole mystique, I think that's what elevated him to the next level and that, legendary reign. So, but back to this match. Yeah, I think everything was great about the match. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm very interested what's going to happen Friday. Is Roman coming back alone? Is he bringing people? I don't know. Is Jimmy coming back? Is he going to call on Jay? I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, possibilities are endless. So to the match, it was a very good match. As far as like how Cody's been as a champion with his matches, with the predictability, I think that just comes with the territory when you're a world champion. I mean, Roman was champion for 4 years, and like every title match, the Bloodline got involved. So that was just the formula of his matches. So I think we're going through the same phase with Cody and his matches right now. Hope Jacob Fatu is okay. We kind of need him. We definitely need him for this Bloodline storyline as far as like intrigue and such goes.
The werewolf. Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We need him. But, all right, so I have a question.
Whatever that is.
So when did Triple H officially take over creative? Was that like summer 2022?
So I remember I had to correct Dan because Dan was adamant that Triple H let Roman Reigns on his 3-year run, which is false, completely false. So Dan
he was
an
an instrumental part.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Triple H wanted to take that title off of him as quick as possible. So
you believe that?
He became officially he became in charge of creative, I think July of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2022.
So was
July
Roman
of 2022.
So was
we
Roman,
can say that.
Was Roman champion? Yes or no at that time?
When did Roman lose his belt? The following year, right?
No.
2 years later, if we're talking 2022.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he lost his belt.
Roman was champion.
Last year. I mean, this year.
Yeah,
excuse me. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Okay, all right. But I'm going to say this. The perception is going to be that it took Triple H 2 years to do something that Vince McMahon could never do, which is make this man a full-fledged babyface. I believe that reaction that we saw, I think that was the first unanimous babyface reaction he's ever gotten. Aside from when he announced that his leukemia was in remission. Do we
forget the run that he had in the Royal Rumble? Not the time when he was the champion, but the time like that when he was eliminating everybody and everybody was behind.
Stop it.
People were behind Roman at a point in time. It's not like
wait, which one? The one when he won the Rumble and everybody's pissed?
No, not when he.
The year before that. The one before. The year before
that. That was the year Batista won. Yes. I remember that shit.
But was everybody everybody and kicking
people were
in the Royal Rumble.
I don't think I was for him.
People weren't for him. It's just that they were liking.
I think they didn't want Batista to win.
Yeah, they didn't want Batista to win.
Batista was last, wasn't it?
Yeah, he won. He won.
Yeah,
that was the year that Daniel Bryan won.
Was he the 30th spot?
Yeah, but Roman.
Yeah. That was the year that Daniel Bryan won the whole thing at WrestleMania.
But Roman was kicking everybody's ass in that Royal Rumble, and then he got eliminated at the end. But as he was eliminated,
regardless, that happened in what 2013, 2014. It was a decade ago. So we're talking a decade in between these reactions, and now it's happened.
So he sucked for a decade.
No question. I'm not going to.
He sucked for a decade. That's pretty much
I am going to be interested in the dynamic moving forward with Roman as a babyface and Cody as a babyface. They're probably going to just keep them far apart for the time being, like John said, while this bloodline storyline's going on. Mm-hmm. I am interested to see what's going to be next. What's going to be next for Cody? I have a hope. When WWE was on their tour of Japan recently, I know it's just a tour of Japan, but Cody was defending the title against in triple threat matches with AJ Styles and Nakamura.
Yep.
Now they want to go back to that and finally pull Shinsuke Nakamura out of whatever hole he's been in for the last 6 months.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't mind. Even though we kind of know that Cody's probably going to go over more than likely. I still want to see Nakamura featured. I mean, like you guys, I'm still not over what happened last fall with Seth Rollins.
He had the great Buddha
broken stupid back.
He had the
so that's something I would like to see. But to go back to the match, it was a very good match. The whole entire sequence of everybody coming out, like John said, the pacing of the match was very good. First of all, I love Roman's new music, which I think is.
I was frustrated with that. I wanted the same.
Yeah,
I wanted
which I think.
piano.
Yeah. Which I think is the same orchestra shit that he had at WrestleMania for his special entrance. So sounds more heroic, so I get it.
Long ass fucking entrance theme.
Definitely a lot to look forward to both Cody and Roman.
My thoughts on the match, I thought it was pretty good. I was looking it up during the match, of course, when Solo was out there. Solo's only 31 years old, and to be main eventing against Cody Rhodes in the stadium like that, kudos to him. He's been one of the hardest workers, kind of like the SmackDown version of Dominic Mysterio in a way where they're just on TV all the time in the ring doing that work rate.
No, you can't compare him to Dom. Come on. Don't compare him to Dirty Dom.
not the greatest heel, not the greatest heel in the company. We'll get to that, but just kudos to Solo. I feel like people hate on him because he's not Roman Reigns, basically. And basically, they think of him as a watered-down tribal chief. Whatever the case may be, he's doing his job. I feel like he's been doing good week to week in the position that he's been in, leading this new bloodline. I thought Cody was pretty good. You know what you're going to get in this type of matchup. And everybody just was looking towards the end or when Roman was going to come out. And when he did, everyone was excited. I was hyped. I thought he did a pretty good job coming out and just the anticipation of it and what he was going to do. The announcers were kind of trying to play that
surprised.
The Bash at the Beach 96, whose side is he on? It's like it's clear whose side he was on.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
For a slight second, I was like, is he gonna punch Cody?
No, I was saying remember leading.
Hey, he could have played it smart. This is the one thing I will say. If he wanted to play things smart, he could have rocked Cody, come back Friday, and then go after Solo. Be like, hey, what's up, man? Bow.
As I said, what I wanted was for WWE to play on WWF history, have him help Solo win, and then hand him the title. That's what I wanted.
Nobody wants to see that 1988 bullshit.
Where have you seen anybody hand over a title in this
recent 1988 bullshit?
Not in this
decades ago.
And I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2006.
Unless you're talking about WCW, the Finger Poke of Doom.
Well, that at least was an official match.
That was handing over the titles, technically.
Listen, that was probably.
I think it was Raw versus SmackDown when William Regal gets hurt and you're with Eugene.
Oh yeah.
Title back to William Regal.
Oh yeah.
Eugene.
Good throwback. I thought the match was pretty good. I thought the anticipation of it was pretty good, and we'll see what this happens. I'm very interested to see if this is obviously going to go into bad blood and obviously go into potentially Survivor Series War Games. Obviously, this is probably where it's going to play up. And just where Cody goes, I don't know if Cody's going to be out of this storyline because he's been so integrated in that storyline for the past 2 years. And it's always been a part of him. I don't see him getting weaseled out of that. One, because Roman ultimately wants the title, right? We need that rematch to happen probably at WrestleMania or whatever.
Yeah, but he's got to dominate himself back as the tribal chief. And that's what I'm saying. Is he going to do it alone? Or is he just going to brawl out with Solo and get stomped out?
Honestly, it's what Daniel was saying with Roman Reigns and Cody. We none of us want to see Roman Reigns Cody 3.
I
Nobody wants to
do.
see that ish. Nobody wants to see that ish. What's
And
gonna
especially
happen?
if Cody.
I
And
mean,
especially if
What's
Cody.
it'll be up. Yeah, here's the thing though. You don't know who's gonna come out on top though. That would be.
you got to
you
remember?
don't know who's
That should be a Hell in a Cell match.
No, you got to remember. They're gonna keep Roman as a face all the way through WrestleMania. That's for sure. So they can't have face versus face unless they turn Cody
They
heel.
can.
No,
Yes, they can.
it's not like, okay, it's not like having like a legend coming back, like when The Rock faced Cena. That was face versus face.
Even though Roman
Even
Reigns
though
is a
Cena
legend,
was
but
booed out of the
continue.
No.
building. But what
What about him?
I have a feeling what's gonna happen is, because remember, The Rock is still trying, well, whatever his
The Rock
contract
was
is.
the heel in that then.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like what's gonna happen is The Rock's gonna take the belt off of Cody right before Mania, and then it's gonna be Rock versus Roman. What they so called wanted last year. I mean this year, excuse me. So that's what I feel like is gonna happen for Mania. It's gonna be Rock
Mm,
versus Roman. The real battle that everybody supposedly wanted
I don't
for
think
the
they
belt.
need the title though.
Yeah, they knew that you need the title for it.
you don't want to piss off the Cody Crybabies again. So nah.
Oh no, I think
right
they're done.
before WrestleMania. Nah, not right before
No.
WrestleMania.
No,
If he's
I
gonna
think they're
lose it,
done.
he's
You
gotta
know what
lose
it
it.
was? I think people were just mad at the fact that, like with Cody not winning the championship and stuff like that. That's where now we got Cody as a champion. We already know he was the champion. So I don't think
I'll
people would
tell you
be
what
as
the issue
mad
was. The issue was it
if
made
he
no
loses it.
sense. That
Yeah, it
was
made
the
no
issue.
sense.
If
Nah,
they
I don't.
had did it properly and did it the
Yes,
right way,
yes.
it would have been fine. If The Rock won the Royal Rumble, it would have been fine.
But
But they
listen,
didn't do
they
that.
to Triple H's point, this is why he pivots so great. That WrestleMania, that tag match was awesome. I felt like
It
that
was.
tag
It
match
was. It
was
was better than
awesome.
what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
It
it
definitely
was
was.
amazing. It was a good match. The Rock
Yeah.
did great. I think they did it on a good note, and they left the suspense for night two,
Mhm.
especially for Cody
Yeah.
Roman. So I
How we
like.
got there, I
Yeah,
hated
I
it,
I
but
know
the
you
result.
hated it, but in hindsight, it turned out well. If you think
Yeah,
about
the
it,
result is what we wanted. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
this
how
is
it
where Dan turned heel
yeah,
because
yeah,
hey,
he was
because
giving up his spot, and then he's like, "You stupid! Why would you give up your WrestleMania to win?" And blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
yeah,
But bro,
"We're
I'm
still
just,
gonna get
Dan
what we wanted."
Dan
I'm just gonna
Dan
ask
Dan
this.
Dan was an honorary Cody Crybaby,
I'm just
Cody
gonna ask
Crybaby
this.
for.
I'm just gonna ask this. What Royal Rumble person gave up their spot?
But he
No
didn't
one.
though. But he didn't though.
Wait,
That's why I was so stupid. See,
he
they
didn't give
even
up his
admit that.
spot.
They even admit that in the documentary that was the stupid part about it. The fact that he won the Royal Rumble, and now you want him to give up his spot.
That's all
Like
I had.
they know.
That's all I had.
No, we
It's
all
like,
hated it. I hated it. I definitely hated it.
But we got where we needed to be.
Yeah.
No, but I thought the match was pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see what happens and they're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I believe, for SmackDown.
Yeah,
So
Tulsa,
hopefully that crowd
Tulsa
is going crazy for Roman when he
tomorrow.
comes out, and Cody when he comes
They're
out.
gonna
I'm
they're
ready
gonna
to see
boo
what
him.
happens.
They're gonna boo him. Hopefully.
They're
Yeah,
not
okay.
going to boo
Yeah,
Roman
okay.
Reigns.
Oh,
I'm telling you, watch. You're about to watch the best babyface work of Roman Reigns in his career.
oh my
That's what you're about
God!
to
Here we
watch,
go.
and you're going to enjoy it. It's okay.
I'm not gonna enjoy it.
It's okay. But
I just want to see him get obliterated.
the original Tribal Chief is back, and we'll see what he has to say on SmackDown. We'll see what happens with Cody Rhodes and Solo in the new Bloodline, and hopefully, of course, Jacob Fatu with that splash off the top rope to Cody. Hopefully, he's all right. Hopefully, it's just a sprain.
That's what I'm praying.
And he can come back in a couple of weeks and stuff like that because he's definitely needed. Even though I think he's a Manga 2.0, he's just another version.
Oh
of
my God!
I'm
Stop
saying,
it,
I like the
Dan.
Manga better
Manga
than him. That's
2.0.
all I'm saying.
I mean,
Am I
that's
Samoan?
though. Yeah.
Am I Samoan
That
lineage? I'm
he
going with
is.
Manga. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no,
He
that's Unk though. So hey, that's not a bad comparison. That's Unk.
listen.
I'm just saying.
Dan doesn't realize that Jacob athletically is light years ahead of what Umaga was.
That's
And
fine.
I
You
like
can be more
Umaga.
athletic. Athletic doesn't mean better. That's fine.
Yeah, he is better. What do you mean? Have you not been watching him?
But we'll save this.
He's
We'll
been
save
tearing
this
it
for another
apart.
day. I've seen him in MLW. I'm impressed with how big he is and the size the moves that he pulls off at his size. But we'll save it for another day when we have our Samoan tribal chief.
Oh my God!
The
Roman
whenever
Fest.
that
That's what it is.
The Roman Fest.
The
Whatever
Roman
that
Fest.
But let's continue on. There is at least a new world champion here. Gunther is
There's
the
a
new world
lot
champion.
of new world champions.
New world champion. Something that we've all seen happening.
Sorry.
It was just how we are going to get there because Gunther has been that guy for, especially with that intercontinental reign, 66 days was it on the dot, roughly?
Yes, sir.
Carrying that title, dropping it to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, winning the King of the Ring to set up this match against Damian Priest, who I thought was a good champion and really coming into his own.
Yes, I agree.
But what were your thoughts on this, guys? What were your thoughts on this match here with Gunther becoming the new world champion and a betrayal of Finn Balor to Damian Priest?
I called. You want to go? You want to go, Lewis? No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Just because my prediction came true with it that this PLE was the destruction of the Judgment Day.
I didn't want to believe it. I thought they were going to play on it, but
it all came to fruition. And this was this wasn't the first piece, but it was another piece to what I called. It sucks because, like Dan said, Damian was just coming into his own, and I didn't want his title reign to end. I felt like it was kind of short, but he still, I think it still elevated him in status and to keep him into that main event picture.
Puerto Rican festival didn't pan
out. I'm calling it right now. When they go, they probably will have maybe another PLE in Puerto Rico. I feel like sometime next year. That PLE, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Who's been saying that?
Tag teaming versus somebody. And that place is going to go nuts. Insane.
It has to be.
Insane.
Hey, why not? Why not just make it a championship match? I have Bad Bunny as the heel and Damian Priest as the babyface.
In Puerto Rico, you can't have Bad Bunny as the heel. That's like
you don't love him either way.
That's like saying that's like going to Chicago and having CM Punk as heel. They're still gonna cheer him. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna happen.
But definitely. I definitely wanted Damien to have a longer reign, but I think we discussed this last week, where it was like both Gunther and Nia. I know we'll get into that later, but they both won their respective King and Queen of the Rings, and this had to mean something. Yes, Gunther didn't win clean, which I think kind of saves Damien a bit, but the man still won King of the Ring and still became champion. Same with Nia. So I think it just gives more prestige to that in terms of like the King of the Ring and like making it more prestigious again. I don't know if I think the heel turn, not the heel turn, the way they kind of did it, I don't really like it because I've never seen where somebody like screws somebody out of a pinfall and they're like, watch the replay mid-match and then go after the person. It's usually like, they'll hit them with a chair and then they get pinned and they lose or something like that. But I've never seen it played out like that before. So I think that was the only thing that was a little wonky on in terms of like the heel turn and him realizing. But it still worked out. Obviously, congrats to Gunther. I think we all knew that he was after that IC run, he was just on a trajectory to becoming champion some way, shape, or form, and it was the right time to do it. But yeah, definitely a great match.
So
go ahead, John.
No, I was gonna go ahead, Brian. I'm waiting for Dan.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go. All right. I'll go next.
After that.
John, I don't know if you have been watching the show for the last like three or 4 weeks, but like yourself, I've been enamored by Gunther for the longest time, and it was about time. He's been, like I said a couple of weeks ago, he's been the one guy who, like, even when Vince McMahon was still in charge, has been booked the most consistent. I mean, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, and then winning King of the Ring. His matches are always good. He's one of the, matter of fact, the top technician as far as in ring goes in the company right now. I mean, and then you look at all the promos that they did before the match, when breaking down all of his highlights and his accomplishments and all the things that he's done, and he's the guy moving forward. I mean, they've pretty much booked him for this point right now, and yeah. He's gonna have a long reign. At least he better. Like, in my humble opinion, he should minimum finish the year as champion, and at least walk into the Rumble as champion. After that, I don't know what you do, but that's just my prediction. But it was a great match. To go to now talk about the Priest and Finn Balor, like Lewis called it. Which definitely was not so much the destruction of the Judgment Day, but the reinvention of the Judgment Day, I guess, because when you saw what the current iteration of the group is going to be moving forward now, looks like a downgrade to me. But that's just my opinion. When you look at the folks of all of them now, it's definitely a downgrade to me. Yeah, I also thought it was hilarious that Priest looked up at the replay to see that he got screwed. WWE has always been, like you said, Dan, they've always been very inconsistent as far as like the replay and such go. I remember one year specifically, I think it was an I Quit match between Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger, when they literally went to the replay because I think like Swagger had like supposedly tapped Del Rio out, but the referee didn't see it, so they actually went to the replay and saw he didn't tap or some shit. And yeah, so they've been very inconsistent with that. But so I thought that was hilarious. But it was a great match. Now you see what they're doing moving forward with Priest pretty much now. It's like, it's funny because when he was cutting that promo on Monday Night Raw, I seen like a meme online where somebody said, "Man, he loses his title and he went from Damian Priest to Dominic Toretto now. He's out there with a tank top talking about this." So I thought that was funny.
That was a good one. That was good.
Yeah, so I'm definitely interested to see what's going to be happening moving forward with Priest. Gunther, I think they announced he's going to face Randy Orton in his first title defense, which, similar to how when Cody won the title, he faced AJ Styles. For Gunther, Randy is the perfect first opponent for him, and they already have the story from King and Queen of the Ring of Randy's shoulder being up. So that's going to be a great match moving forward. So Gunther as the new world champion, yeah, big things.
I definitely liked the match. I thought it was hard hitting. I thought it showcased Damian Priest as a valiant champion, and he's been working his way up that he should be on that main event level. So kudos for him for carrying the title as he did. But this was all about Gunther, man. He's been on a superior run that you can't even think of anybody else being in, having that dominance as the mid-card champion, Intercontinental champion for that long, bringing prestige back to that title and having a lot of bangers with that title. And it was just only a matter of time who he should lose to in order to be put on a pedestal of being a champion. And finally that happened at SummerSlam. Would I have liked him to win clean? Yes, because just the way that he's been booked and the way that he's been carrying himself as the ring general, it would have been cool to see that. Of course, you have to carry that story with the Judgment Day, this new iteration of the Judgment Day. This is like, what, the fourth iteration of the Judgment Day?
Pretty much.
So definitely continuing this group. This group is kind of like the Four Horsemen, right? You just get different iterations of the Four Horsemen as it goes throughout time. But this is what this group is right now. But I thought it was a good turn for Finn. We've been wanting more things for Finn, and he's been a leader of the Bullet Club. And you just think there's so much more that they could be doing with Finn and continuing this heel run. He tried it in NXT a little bit. They tried it down there when he went back to try to resurge it a little bit, and it was okay. But it's like, this is, hopefully they give him a little bit more free reign to be a little bit more heel with that decision with the Judgment Day. But yeah, Gunther, man, well deserved. I can't wait to see the Randy Orton matchup because it was a good matchup.
Mhm.
And especially that whole play on, hey, I'm a legend, you're a legend, I'm a legend killer. Randy Orton always playing on that. That's always a cocky Randy Orton that we want to see, rather than the Apex Predator. So going back to that type of Randy and getting Randy to talk on the mic and be dastardly as he continues his ascent, maybe to get a championship run, right? Against Gunther, maybe, I don't know. Of course, you want Gunther to have a long reign, but this has historically been the workhorse title. And I don't know how long he's going to hold the title for right now, but I could see him winning it multiple times in between the span just because it's that type of title where you can have multiple people winning and have different storylines, branching storylines. So we'll see. But it's just going to take the right person. But the first, as Brian said, the first great opponent, Randy Orton. He's like the litmus test of anything, right? If you're a champion or if you're a guy that's going to be ascended to the main event level, you face Randy Orton. He's like not the final boss, but definitely one of the guys that you stand in the ring with. You are either made or not. So we'll see what happens with that. Of course, that's taking place at the Bash in Germany. So definitely looking forward to that at the end of the month. So definitely going to look forward to that.
All right, so first, I just want to say congratulations to Damian Priest. Fantastic, fantastic. I was shitting on him before, and unfairly also, because I think he never got his due, and he's been, ever since he won that championship, like they've been letting him shine more, and he's awesome. He was an awesome champion. I like Lewis. I wanted him a little longer with the title because I was enjoying his title reign and him. He's
It was just getting good. Like he was really
yes,
coming into his own. Like I think
yes.
that's the point where it was at. Yeah.
Yes, and then him being on the mic, like he's gotten so much better with promos. Like his promo, like you can see him progressing with his promos. Like
Mhm.
unlike someone that I know that took 10 years, but his promos are progressing. It literally took him a year to progress this good to this level where his promos are on point. Everything is on point.
Mhm.
Now he's become the face of pretty much of Monday Night Raw. Other than Raw is so stacked. That's the beauty about Monday Night Raw right now. It's so
Mhm.
stacked with competition. So many good heels, so many good baby faces. So kudos to Damian Priest. I hope he keeps it up. The Finn Balor, I could have caught that a mile away. We all, I mean, I knew it. Lewis knew it. Dan was oblivious to it, but like he
I
is
didn't
always.
want it to happen at SummerSlam. That's all.
It,
That's all.
it had to. That was the second biggest PLE of the
I
year,
get it.
so
I get
you
it.
have to have
I
it
get
happen.
it.
And
I
Mhm.
get
and
it.
so I noticed once Finn Balor came out, it just automatically, I already knew what was gonna happen. I thought, honestly, it kind of swerved me a little bit when Gunther hit him. That's when I was like,
Mhm.
okay, so maybe they can go for something different here. But once I started seeing him circling around and hitting the ring, I was just like, yeah, something's gonna happen. So
Mhm.
but yeah, Gunther going up clean would have been nice, but he did go up clean if you think about it. It was more of it wasn't like a screw job type say where you say that it was
I mean,
the
I
referee was
mean,
down,
It was a
or
screw
I
job.
mean, well, regardless, like Jim Cornette would say, he's a heel.
yeah,
So,
yeah, regardless he's a heel, but like it was still a good win for Gunther. They beat the hell out of each other. It was such a that for me that one was second match of the night. For me, that was the second match of the night. You guys will probably know which is my match of the night, but that was the second match of the
LA
night
Knight
for
versus
sure.
Logan Paul.
Hands down, hands down. I enjoyed that match a lot. I enjoyed it
Mhm.
more than the main event. That I'll tell you right
Mhm.
now. I enjoyed that match. That was a title match, and I keep saying, and I've said it for 2 years, and I keep saying it. Gunther is the best wrestler in the world. Roman can't touch Gunther. He will never be able to replicate what Gunther does in the ring because Gunther is the best in the world. We got a new best in the world. CM Punk had that reign for 15 years. Now it's Gunther's turn. That's the
Well,
best in the world.
some of us can't
Gunther,
be, some of us
listen,
can't be
no, don't cut
delusional.
me off, Dan. No, I'm going to tell you right now. Gunther's
Something needs to
new
be said.
catchphrase should be
Something
best
needs to
in the
be said.
world.
Something needs to be
He's gonna
said.
license it. He's gonna have to borrow it from CM Punk. And Gunther is the best in the world. He's
How
been
can you
that
be
for
the
2 years.
How can you be the best in the world for the
Um,
past 15 years when you haven't wrestled in
um,
12 years?
No,
um,
he did. He wrestled. He wrestled in
um,
AEW. He was the
Where?
best in the world.
Where?
John,
AEW. He was the
Where?
best in the world. Everybody
When?
tuned into that
John,
Huh?
that shitty company just to watch him
Huh?
wrestle.
John,
Everybody tuned in. Sorry.
I just have a question, John. You do realize that any Will Ospreay fans that were fans of this show just said fuck this now, right?
Pretty much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, AEW fans. I'm
I'm just saying.
sorry. I apologize. I think your shows are okay in my standards. I like storytelling. I don't like full blown wrestling. Sometimes you want to see full blown wrestling, but they need better promo artists. I give credit where credit's due. Christian's carrying that company right now on his back. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
you can't
Just Christian.
just Christian. Will Ospreay, we don't
All right.
recognize him. Triple H
No, I
doesn't
don't think
recognize
he
him,
is.
so we
Someone,
don't.
Yeah.
We leave him
Yeah,
out
but
of this.
I would say
But
Swerve Strickland.
but that's that. But yeah, but that's that.
Ospreay,
That's that company. That's that company.
Okada
Yeah, forget. Yeah,
that's
are
the other
carrying
company.
AEW.
That's the other company. But
But
anyways,
yeah.
overall,
Gunther is champion, and I hope. And this is what I was gonna get to. Gunther will hold that title most likely till if probably till Mania. I feel like I have a
I'm gonna
feeling
be
that's
against.
gonna be
I'm gonna be
it's
against that.
I actually want it. I want him to have a long title reign. I'll tell you why. Not. I'm not saying 2 years or 3 years of boring Roman, but we want like a year of Gunther. That's
he's
nice.
not good enough.
Just a year.
Okay.
A year. He's
Okay.
great. What do you mean he's not good enough? When he carried the IC title for 600, everybody
What was
loved
that?
Gunther
What was
as a
that?
heel, even as a
What
heel.
was that?
No, even as a heel.
What was
Now he's
that?
a world champion. Now he's the world heavyweight champion. He's gonna
Hmm.
carry it till WrestleMania. He's gonna have some banger matches, and I'm
I
telling you
give
right
him.
now, he's
I
gonna
give
do
him.
things that Roman can never. He dreamed of doing. He can never put 5-star matches because Roman only has 3 moves. That's pretty much it. Gunther has a plethora of his in his arsenal. He has so much to do in his wrestling moves. He is amazing. He is the ring general, and he is going to be there for I would say a year until WrestleMania. Maybe after. I would like to see it until next SummerSlam. Give him
I'll
the
give
belt till
him.
next SummerSlam.
I'll give him to the Rumble.
No,
I'll
no,
give
he's
him to
gonna
the
be
Rumble.
champion till that's too soon. The Rumble's right. What the Rumble's January? What? Oh no, they moved it up
Four,
February,
5
right?
months away. But either way, Gunther's the new champion. We
Yes,
expect great
best in the
things.
world. Best in the world.
To be determined.
Right.
No,
All right.
We'll see
All
what
right, let-
happens when PWI comes out with their rankings. We'll see what they decide.
yeah,
Who is the
let's
best
see.
wrestler in the world? But Gunther is the new world champion. And let's continue moving on here. Let's get to. Did I hit the right button? I think I did. But let's get to Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Match of the
Drew
night.
McIntyre
Match of the
spoiling
night.
CM Punk's in-ring return. First official match in what, 12 years in WWE?
Oh yeah, NWO. I was about to say.
And
Don't disrespect him.
spoils his in-ring return. What do you guys make of this matchup? The whole part with Seth Rollins in between, kind of showing shades of SummerSlam '97, which they've been leaning into. What do you guys make of that? This matchup and Drew coming out on top.
I'm
Well, it's
curious to
only
hear
right who should go
everybody's
first on
thoughts
this.
first. So
Oh, you want to hear our thoughts
I'll
first?
go next. I'll go after everybody because I want to hear this.
All right. I'll say this about the match. No, the match was very good. It's fun. It's funny, John. When we were talking about this match last week, and my humble opinion going into this match, for me, as long as CM Punk walked out of the match healthy and not injured, it was going to be a success for me. So I was watching like very close attention to this match. Like I was on pins and needles every time he did a move, anytime he did a bump. I keep thinking, okay, is he going to get up? Is he getting up? Okay, all right, he's good. But it was a very good match, but. For me, the storytelling and the character work was even better. I like the fact how that little bracelet that has his dog Larry and AJ's name on it has essentially become like the centerpiece of this feud.
Yeah.
And when Drew gets the win, literally that bracelet, that bracelet has literally been like the meaning behind that bracelet.
Lineage or anything like that.
Yeah. That's the reason why when Drew put it on after the match was over, that let me know that
it's not Vince McMahon's teddy bear or anything.
It's not over yet. But all the way to now Seth Rollins and them damn pants, the referee attire.
You didn't like the dazzle pants?
That might have been the most goofiest get up for a referee I've ever seen in my life. Even CM Punk called him out on it. Some Sabu pants. Yeah. When he was yelling at them.
I loved it. Sabu pants.
But the storytelling, when Seth picking up the bracelet, him putting it on, and then Punk getting distracted, and then Drew taking advantage. The psychology of how Drew was obsessed with Punk for all this time, and he kept getting screwed, and now we got vice versa. Now Punk being obsessed and taking his eye off the ball, and then Drew taking advantage. It was a great match, great storytelling. And I'm definitely excited moving forward. Definitely looks like they're going to continue Drew and Punk. I saw a report that they're definitely trying to push this to Bad Blood in October, which more than likely is probably Hell in a Cell. But it was a great match. And like I said before, I'm just glad CM Punk is still healthy because like I said, I like CM Punk, and I just want to see him. Like having 8 months without CM Punk in the ring, that was tough. So that's why now I'm just like, now he's back. Let's make sure he stays with us, stays on TV.
This was a good match. Another match that I called as well. Definitely said that. Don't sigh because I speak truth.
Wait. Didn't we all pick Drew McIntyre?
Yes. I'm talking about in terms of how the match was going to go, where I said that Seth was going to inadvertently cost Punk the match and Drew was going to win just because he needed the win. I did like how they showed the ref body cam and like how
that was fun.
all the comments that Seth was making, like, hey, you're gonna have to do better than that. Like, oh, you're not gonna win with just like a leg drop or whatever the hell he was saying.
Basically egging them both on.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot of storytelling in this match, with the whole bracelet and everything, and obviously Punk taking Seth out. We didn't know what the hell was gonna go on, but it played out as it did, and definitely a great match. Again, just like Brian, I was very happy that CM Punk was healthy throughout the whole thing, no issues. And definitely happy that Drew got the win because, like we said, he needed this win.
He's been a loser.
He has been a loser for a while, but he's also been a top guy running stuff for a while too. Almost at least every week on Raw, he's involved some type of way, getting that time, showing off his stuff. So. Definitely still a great match.
I mean, I thought it was a great match. CM Punk returning for the first time in 12 years. And as everyone, we worried that he was going to get hurt at some point. I thought the under the ring guillotine to the ring stanchion, I thought, all right, is he all right? Because that's a tough bump that anyone takes. So, but of course, you were worried about CM Punk just having that. Hopefully just getting through the match, right? Because we didn't want any false starts, especially with this feud that has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. We finally get a match at SummerSlam. So, but it was a good match. I thought it was good psychology. I thought Drew looked good. I thought CM Punk, I thought the size difference would have been an issue, but it wasn't an issue during this match. Very hard hitting affair. Seth Rollins egging them on, playing his role as a special guest referee. WWE do that at times. It was fun. It was fun,
Definitely
you know
fun.
what I mean? And it's funny because they brought it back in WWE 2K24. So that was good that they did that. So they're making a play on that. So, but no, I thought it was a good psychology. Drew McIntyre picking up the win. Of course, we've been saying he's been a loser for the past couple sheesh PLEs because it's just like he was never over the hump.
Much.
To get that over CM Punk, and especially now with Seth Rollins costing CM Punk the match in a sense, kind of making a play. And I'm thinking in my head, especially with the stuff that happened on Raw, where they were making comparisons between Adam Hangman Page and Seth Rollins wearing the same kind of cowboy outfit. And I kind of been thinking of that because it's kind of the same storyline that they made a play on in AEW, where Adam Hangman Page is kind of like the protector of AEW, and I feel like Seth Rollins is going to try to put himself in that role potentially against CM Punk at that point in time. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens, especially we'll get to it later on, but it's going to be interesting to see how that ties in together, especially with Bronson Reed attacking Seth Rollins. So, but yeah, just great that CM Punk got through the match. Great that Drew picked up a win and they're continuing this feud with the bracelet. And hopefully this continues because it's been good so far. We just haven't gotten it in ring. And to finally get it in ring, get that first match out the way, hopefully they continue to build on it.
Yeah, I just want you guys to hear something. I don't know, you hear it?
Faintly hear it. Whatever CM Punk video you're trying to play. Trying to make us go.
I hear cult of personality.
That was the most watched ever. I don't care what anybody says. Roman Reigns didn't have shit. That shit was garbage.
All right.
All right, so
Wow.
so getting back to the match. That was my favorite match of the night. Of course, I'm biased, but that's just me. I love the match. I thought it was good. It was good. It was good to see Punk. Obviously, everybody was worried. All right, so this whole notion of him getting hurt, he's fragile. He's not fragile. I hate this notion that he's fragile.
He
Edge
got
had
hurt
worse
twice in
injuries.
AEW.
No, Edge had worse injuries.
Broken
Edge. This
foot,
this is my thing.
two
And
torn
remember,
triceps in the last 2 years.
listen, the same thing happened to Edge. People don't remember when he came back from the Royal Rumble. After the Royal Rumble, he got injured. He got injured also, and then he took
Edge
a
is
long
like
layoff.
50.
And then he came back. He had a match, and he had a great a year and a half, 2 years, no injury free matches.
To be
So
free, to be fair, Edge was gone longer than CM Punk. That's what I'm gonna say.
yeah, but remember, Edge's injury was more severe. Was the neck, so it was a lot more severe. So for him, and then he got I forgot what it was. I think it was the knee injury or something like that. He caught, but he was out for a while after that Rumble, the Rumble, his return from the Rumble. So it's not like inconceivable that CM Punk, yeah, he tore his thing, but WWE has very good medical staff, and obviously they're not like that company, the other company that it will not be named, but
Oh,
so.
so you're saying he trusts the medical staff now? Okay.
Oh yeah. Remember, it's not
As long as they're in
Vince's.
his favor.
It's not Vince's medical staff anymore. It's not Vince's.
The man
It's not
responsible.
Vince's medical staff. It's Hunter's medical staff now, Paul Levesque.
You mean the
And
men that didn't like him before and
Tomato,
well,
tomato.
remember, it's a business.
It's
It's a
all good
business.
now. Okay, I got you.
It's all good.
I got you.
After the return, you saw him. He was Triple H was hugging him pretty much, damn near. So like they needed him. He is
You
whatever
do
you
not
want to
need that.
say. 12 years. 12 years. Okay, he was gone for 12 years. He could have been gone for 30 years. Everybody correct. Look, listen. Everybody was chanting his name on Raw, on SmackDown for damn near 12 years. 12 years they were chanting his name. Not Roman can't even get that. Don't he's never going to get that. So
Well, Roman's
just
never been gone enough for people to
well,
miss him.
yeah, he
He's
was.
gone.
Remember when he got the leukemia? Unfortunately, thank God,
The
thank God he's good.
pandemic
Thank God
happened.
his health is wise. But they didn't even they didn't even think about Roman Reigns once because he's a no, he was gone from mind. So out of sight, out of mind. That's what it was for Roman. But for CM Punk, I feel like I think it was great to see him just actually wrestle, get through a match, and I was even for his first match, like everybody was thinking, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people that I was like, please don't shit the bed, please don't shit the bed, please don't shit the bed. So that's all I was thinking. I was like, because CM Punk, for as much as Dan loves to dog me about this, but Dan knows this. CM Punk is a fantastic wrestler when it comes to not botching. Tell me if I'm wrong, Dan. You know this.
Does
CM Punk.
botching and getting hurt still
No,
count?
no, no. Remember, we're not talking about that other company. That other company doesn't exist. That
Why can't we talk about that other company if we're talking about him botching?
because
No, come on.
that other company,
He shouldn't
I
be
see more of him
doing
trying to do Hangman
because
Page's
slingshot.
move and fucking
they
up.
have Adam Page can't fucking wrestle. That's why. Because he can't wrestle. He's
Page had
garbage.
nothing to do with him fucking that up. That was all Punk trying to flip over the rope and then
No,
Yeah.
stumbling afterwards.
yeah, because they don't even know how to put a ring properly. That's why.
Now we're talking
They're
about the ring.
horrible.
Okay.
That was the ring's fault. I blame that ish on the ring. That was the ring's fault.
We're
All
gonna
right.
find something,
That
right?
that that was the ring's fault. That was not his fault. I blame that on the ring and Tony Khan. But anyways, back to this match. So I loved that he got through it. He got some good spots. There were some really good spots. Remember, WWE has safer workers. There's no more Ryback in there, so we don't have to worry about that. But you know, like I said, it was a good match from beginning to end. Seth Rollins, believe it or not, even though he wore Madonna pants, but like he looked, he made the match more interesting. Believe
Yeah,
it
he
or
did.
not, it was just more interesting with him in it, and I like the dynamic that they're doing the triple threat with this. I know that they're going. I think what they're trying to do with the Brunson Reed is trying to uh keep Seth and Punk away for as long as possible to build up that match and then keep entertaining obviously the Punk and Drew until they finish that match, which I feel like they're gonna finish that feud, I would say by Bad Blood or by Survivor Series. That's probably gonna be like the end of that feud. And then they're gonna try to get into Punk Seth so they can push it to Mania. That's what I'm thinking. But
If he makes it to Mania.
oh, stop it. He's going to win the Rumble. I'll book it right now.
No.
Book it right now. Book it right now. Dan,
No. He
you
doesn't
put
need to
me
win the
in.
Rumble.
Dan, put me in. The CM Punk will win the 2025 Royal Rumble. You can book that, put that in your pipe and smoke it
That's a
because he's going
bold
to
Okay,
win
prediction.
it.
no. But if you're gonna make that statement, you need to add the add if he's healthy.
No,
If you're gonna
he
make that
will be
statement, you
healthy.
have to add if he's
He will
healthy
be
because
healthy.
I don't know.
He
Like I
will be
said,
healthy.
2 torn triceps and a broken foot in 2 years, man.
Listen, he had crazy. Okay, so he had that the two torn triceps. One was AEW's fault. We all know that. The second one was a
Was
freak
it?
accident that happened.
Was
It
it?
happened. Yes, it
I
was. It
know
was
accidents.
definitely.
I know accidents happen, but at the same time, I mean, when they're consecutive, it's like, damn.
No, but you got to remember the second torn tricep was definitely an accident. That was an accident that they turned into an angle, of course, but it was an accident, and even he said like he's recovered, he's fine, he's gonna be fine. He's not gonna take unnecessary risks. I hope not. And for like all the things that we're talking about, Edge had worse injuries. Edge had completely worse injuries, and for me, I feel like CM Punk is physically better. I don't know how to put it, but physically better than Edge. So I feel like he's gonna be fine. CM Punk will be good. I personally like. I was kind of I like Drew too. I like Drew also. I like Drew. I really like Drew McIntyre. I think ever since CM Punk came back, because he does that with people, he elevates people's games. So Drew McIntyre's whole mic and Dan already, look at it. He left already. So uh his whole persona, McIntyre's mic skills were off the charts. I'm telling you right now. It
I
had
mean,
to
he
do.
did kind of carry that feud though.
No, he didn't. Punk carried that feud. Don't, no,
What?
no. Stop it.
The
Stop
man
it.
is injured and was barely there.
Drew
Drew
carried that
carried
feud
that
because
No,
one. Yes, he did.
no,
we
no.
have half the
Yes, he
time.
did.
Drew. Who were they chanting?
It doesn't
They
matter.
weren't chanting
We're
Drew.
talking about carrying the feud. Yes,
No,
he was
Why were
gonna.
they chanting?
no. Punk
Yes.
carried the feud. Punk
Healing the
carried the
feud.
feud.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Punk carried the
No, he
feud.
didn't. You can't
Punk
say that.
had every single.
Drew was there every single week.
Yes, of
Drew
I'm
was
course.
there.
sorry.
Drew
I'm sorry.
and every single week
I don't want
everybody
to
wanted to see
derail.
if Punk
I
was
don't
going to
want
be
to
there.
derail this podcast with CM Punk love fest here by John.
No,
Barrow.
that's it's the truth. I'm gonna use
It's the
Dan's
truth. I
that's
think. I
that's
think
that's
you're
Dan's beautiful
subjective there.
words. This the truth. It's not. It's the truth. I speak the truth when it comes to CM Punk. That man, I'm telling you right
Your
now, he
truth.
carried everything.
That's
What
your
about
Yeah.
truth.
what about all right? So so
Listen,
so so hear me out. What
listen,
about that promo he had with Drew when Drew was drafted to when he was drafted? I think sixth round or fifth round or whatever the case may be. That come on, and
Drew
then CM Punk,
McIntyre has been carrying this feud.
no
When
Drew.
CM Punk was on
They
his couch at
both
home healing
they
up,
they
who has been the
both
guy on social media? Who has been
both
the
of
guy
them
making vlog videos? Who has been the
both of
guy
them.
going to Chicago, going to pastry shops, buying donuts at CM Punk's
Yes,
favorite place?
they both
Who
they
has been the
both
guy
had.
talking to us
Remember,
for the past
Yeah.
couple of months?
For God's sakes,
While
Drew posted
competing?
posted a photo of him and Jack Perry. For God's sakes.
yeah, of course, that's fine. And then and
Drew
then and then
McIntyre
and then
has
what
been
happened?
carrying this while CM
What
Punk has
happened?
been on
What
the show.
happened when Drew? What happened when Drew lost his title at Mania? CM Punk posted. He reverse posted that photo real quick,
Hey,
right?
that's fine. That
Exactly.
built up
It
the
happens.
feud. That's what
You
he's
can't.
supposed to
And
do.
this
He
this
can't
is the
wrestle.
rule.
He
This is
just
the
got cleared.
But you got to remember, this is the rule. This is the rule, the golden rule of life. You don't troll a troller. It's that simple. CM Punk is the ultimate troll. You can't troll the best troll. It doesn't work. Dan tries to do it to me every day, and he fails miserably. So and it's just
Again,
it doesn't work.
your truth, but not the
No,
truth.
no, it is the truth. It is the truth because out of everything, okay. In all seriousness, I feel like s- uh Drew's got to win the world heavyweight title at some point. But I don't feel. I feel like honestly, I think what they're gonna go through. I think Drew might get the championship match at Mania against Gunther. If from what I'm hearing, from what I've been reading in the dirt sheets, uh, they're really high on Goldberg. I mean Goldberg. You heard me? I'm tired. On Brock Lesnar. On
It
Brock
wasn't me,
Lesnar.
guys. It
Yeah,
wasn't me.
I
It
know.
wasn't me.
Listen.
I was literally about to shut down my laptop when you said
No,
Goldberg.
listen. No. I
Goldberg's name
heard.
is like Beetlejuice. You hear it 3 times. Oh,
Listen, I hear.
You said Goldberg.
I'm hearing that they're letting this whole lawsuit die down first, and then because there's no Brock's name's not involved anymore. Supposedly, that's what because remember Triple H hinted at it that they're just it's all up to Brock, which is not all up to Brock. It's just
Mhm.
letting that die down, and then once it dies down, we're gonna have our our fantasy match of Gunther versus Brock, and that's ultimately what people do want to see. I feel like that's gonna happen. It's got to happen before maybe after the Rumble. I would say after the Rumble.
I'd let that happen at Mania.
This got to happen at Mania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a Mania match. That's a
If
Mania
Brock
match.
Lesnar is going to collect his $10 million check, it's got to be at Mania.
Yeah, of course. It has to be a Mania.
It's
That
got
that,
to
that
be
would
at
be
Mania. It's too big of a money match. It's been on the table for a while.
Yeah,
That's gotta happen.
and Gunther's
Especially,
gonna.
we don't need
Gun-
Brock Lesnar facing Omos again.
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no, no.
Oh no,
That
definitely not.
That's what
listen.
Dan wants.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's what Dan wants. Dan's a Omas guy. So
Hey,
bless his heart. Bless his heart.
Nigerian giant.
Bless
Nigeria
his heart.
advanced in the women's
No
basketball.
Nigerian loser.
Nigeria, a giant
Yeah,
one
he
at
had his
that.
best match with
Giant
Roman.
Nigerian loser.
Yeah.
But let's continue moving on here. In the Intercontinental title match, Braun Breaker finally getting crowned the Intercontinental Champion, which we wanted to happen last PLE. Happened
Yep.
this PLE at SummerSlam, a bigger venue. Shorter match, but I thought it was a good short match. It still showcased Sami Zayn as a Valiant Champion.
Yep.
But Braun Breaker picking up the win. What do you guys think about Braun Breaker becoming the new Intercontinental Champion?
Short
Let me
and
go
sweet.
first on this one.
Oh, you want to go? Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Nah,
Go
I'm
ahead,
not.
bro.
Nah, I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make my response short and sweet, short and sweet as well. John, if you've been watching, I know you've probably seen the movie Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah.
Mobile, agile, hostile. All right? That's literally what we saw from him in that 5-6 minutes or however long it was for Braun Breaker. It was just pure dominance.
5
And like I
minutes,
said,
40 seconds.
this man is the future. This man's the future. And I saw on social media the reaction of his dad and his uncle, Scott
Yeah.
Scott
Scott
Steiner,
and Rick.
Rick Steiner, their reaction to it, which is
That
always
was awesome. That was awesome.
always an awesome and great thing to see. I mean, he pretty much is Braun Breaker is pretty much the best of those two. Their strengths and what made them so great. That pretty much is what Braun Breaker is now times 10. So definitely, it's a good thing that he's the Intercontinental Champion right now. I feel as though they're gonna book. He's pretty much gonna be Intercontinental Champion for a while as well. And I think they're gonna do the same thing with him. What they did, what I think I mentioned this before. What they're doing with Oba Femi in NXT as North American Champion, where they're pretty much just feeding him everybody, and he's developing through each title defense that he has. So it's pretty much gonna be the same. They're gonna do the same thing with Braun Breaker. But yeah, they need sooner or later. Someone in WWE is going to watch this podcast, and they're going to put that mobile, agile, hostile on a T-shirt for Braun Breaker. That's my goal. To turn that into a T-shirt for Braun Breaker. But other than that, new champ. Like we all called it.
I feel like the Braun Breaker. You guys are gonna shut off the podcast right now, but Braun Breaker. I feel like they're making him to Goldberg 2.0. I don't know. I see it.
I mean, no. So it's funny you say that because Goldberg just did a podcast with Chris Van Fleet, and he even said like he sees the comparisons between the two. So that's not that far off. So
And Braun has a tattoo.
Braun Breaker
is a better wrestler.
Yeah, 100%. No. Now,
but as far as like their backgrounds go, football players and stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Braun
and just power.
Braun is definitely the better wrestler, like hands down. There's no question about that. Braun is, but like, and he even has the Goldberg tattoo. Like it's just like it's crazy. Like you could see it.
Does he? I honestly have never noticed.
Yeah, you didn't see it's on his arm. He has the same tattoo.
That's
same
crazy.
Goldberg tattoo. It's weird. It's crazy. But
he's so tan, I can never see it.
Yeah, I know that man doesn't know. It's spray tan. He's spray tan. That man, that's spray tan. That's the orange tan. But he was dominant, man. He is so gifted that's a dream match that I want to have. Like build Braun Breaker up to the point where he's like I don't know, like beyond, and then just put him
Scott
against
Steiner.
Gunther. Yeah, like no, beyond Scott Steiner. I love Scott Steiner, but beyond him.
Hey.
And,
Scott Steiner as a heel in WCW that era.
Oh no, that's why I said I love Scott Steiner, but they build him beyond that. And Big Papa Pump, that was my guy. But I want to see Braun Breaker versus like a Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker versus Gunther. Yeah, those are the matches I want to see him with. But obviously he has to have more momentum, and he has to have that title on him at least for a good year. And let him eat. throw him some matches, throw him some cool curveballs. I feel like this is what's gonna happen, and I think that's gonna be cool for him. John Cena is gonna wrestle him. I guarantee you. In one of his farewell matches, the Tour 2025, he's gonna wrestle Braun Breaker. I guarantee it. And I think that as much as people don't like John Cena, he puts people over. He used to bury people, and Roman Reigns, thank God, but he used to bury people, and he used to. I just now like I love when he like puts people over. Before Solo faced him,
Austin
Solo
Theory.
was there. He was okay, but and then once he beat John Cena, that's what they went on. They said, that's what started building Solo up. So I feel like Braun Breaker, versus
I
Cena,
wouldn't. I
maybe at
wouldn't
the
want
Rumble.
Braun Breaker. I wouldn't want Braun Breaker versus John Cena, and here's why. They did. I mean, Braun Breaker is a better opponent, but they did that with Austin Theory.
No, but it's different.
They did that
It's
with Austin
different.
Theory.
You can't. Okay, so you can't compare. Everybody hated Austin Theory from the get go. Like nobody
Not
liked him.
Daniel.
Well,
Daniel thought he was
Nah,
the
nah,
future.
Yeah,
A-Town,
A Town,
damn.
because Daniel's Daniel likes. I don't know why Daniel has the
I
stereotype
saw
with
Austin Theory
some.
all the way back in Evolve. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
so
but he's not
he's been
he's
that
not
guy.
Braun Breaker. Look
Okay,
where
but
Austin Theory is now.
who was that guy who was behind him at that time?
Austin Theory
Yes,
behind Austin Theory.
Vince
Uh,
McMahon.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but guess what? What did Vince McMahon do with Austin Theory? Where's Austin Theory now? Triple H put him all the way in the bottom with the
Because he
Australian.
got buried.
He's buried, bro. He's buried. He's gonna be
No,
buried next to
no,
Nakamura.
he won the tag team titles at WrestleMania. So
Oh yeah, well they had
Austin
to
Theory.
split it. They had to
Austin
split the
Theory is
tag titles.
27 years old. He has plenty of time. He
Nah,
has
I
plenty
feel
That
of
is
like
true.
I feel like Braun Breaker, he'll benefit more with the John Cena match than like with Austin Theory. Austin Theory, that is a bad analogy because Austin Theory is not the athlete that Braun Breaker is, and Braun
He's a
Breaker is
hell of
gonna
an
be.
athlete.
He's not Braun Breaker athlete. You're telling me Austin Theory is the same athlete as Braun Breaker?
He's not
He
as
has the look
physically as
and the physique
imposing.
and
Not
athleticism.
as
I think
strong. Okay,
it's his
so
character. It's his character that's different.
so Lou, tell me, you're so a Austin Theory is as strong as Braun Breaker. Yes or no?
No, he's not as physically as imposing as Braun Breaker. We
Is
Yeah.
get
he
that.
faster than Braun Breaker?
Who's faster than Braun Breaker?
Exactly. So look, Brian had it perfectly set. He's just like
exactly.
remember the Titans. He is a
Mobile.
freak. He's more.
He's in, bro.
Yes, Austin Theory was never known for that. Austin Theory was known to be a little weasel. That's all he was.
I said it from the thing. It's his character. If he could develop a somewhat serious, like
Oh no, he's
he's been a
serious.
heel. He's been a heel majority of it. But if he developed like a mean streak, something like that,
But
it would benefit him way more. But he's
but
been too like he's played into the cocky heel, and then just getting beat constantly. That it just shot him down the ladder.
no, but oh yeah, you talking about Austin Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, but Braun Breaker right now, listen, he just squashed Sami Zayn in 5 minutes, which
No,
is
true.
you got to remember they're pushing him through the roof, man. That kid has
Oh yeah, he's
a
gonna get
bright
pushed. Yeah,
future.
that's clear.
Bro, I love. I was just rewatch. It was funny that I was just rewatching one of the I think it was a Raw episode when they separated him and Sammy, and he goes to Adam Pierce and he goes look, and then he runs across the ring,
Mhm.
yo, in lightning speed, bro. This guy looked like Troy Polamalu, just like,
No, he's
and
crazy fast. Like he has
yo, he
crazy
is.
footwork and
Yo,
crazy
I
timing.
saw that and I was like,
I
wow,
still
this
think the
guy
greatest
is,
spear
yo,
is the one he did on
athletically gifted, man. He is
Yeah.
a
the
beast.
greatest spear
No,
he did.
no doubt. I think the only thing with Dan was saying, I only because of I know this is John Cena's farewell tour. I feel like they wouldn't have him lose on the
No,
tour
no.
So that's why
Well,
I don't think
they
having him
probably
face
would.
Braun Breaker because Braun should obviously win.
Well, they have to
So
have. Well, you got to remember, John Cena's farewell tour is also going to be to push people. You want him to face new people. You don't want him to keep facing
but I think
Roman
there's also I
Reigns.
think they could also play into the huge thing of him possibly winning the title and
No,
by
what?
being the
No,
person
I
that
hope
breaks
not.
that
So
record.
I would say
Leave
there's more
no
of a
leave
play for
leave
John
Flair's
Cena
record
to
alone.
face.
Leave
I think
Flair's
John
record
Cena has a
I
alone.
better
think I think somebody has to break it at this point, and I think John
I
Cena
want
has reached
Randy to.
that
Uh,
status. I want Randy to do it too, but I don't think they're giving Randy the
I
title
think
at this
yeah,
John
they
point.
Cena
won't. They
has a
won't.
better chance of facing LA Knight
Huh?
because of that tag team match they had last year.
Oh yeah, Cena,
And him
Cena and
carrying
LA
him. I
Knight.
think that's more of a way to go, especially with the
But
United States Challenge that he did. So I think there's a little bit more history on the United States title side, especially with that. I think Braun Breaker can face like Kevin Owens, somebody along those lines that he can have a good
Shinsuke.
rivalry with. I feel like that's something that we need to
Throw
establish
throw
in that.
Shinsuke in there. That's what that bring him back to life, man.
Yeah.
That poor Shinsuke.
Why to get dominated?
I know, man. I feel
Yeah.
so bad, man. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
poor Shinsuke, man. He's had it rough, man. Like, ever since that loss to AJ Styles at Mania,
That was
it's just been like
That wasn't
collapsed,
it.
man.
You want to know what
the
happened?
subtitles saved him for a bit, and we
Yeah.
all
You want
thought
to
he was
know?
going to get
You want to know
that
what
win.
happened? It wasn't that. It was the Jinder Mahal loss.
Oh yeah, that was a bad
That's
one.
what it
That was
was.
a bad. That was.
yeah,
But
that
it
whole
started.
That's what it was.
It started with the AJ Styles loss.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
after
yeah.
the AJ Styles loss, it was just like, I mean, that was the time to put the belt on him. That you should have just let
Do not,
Nakamura win
do
that one.
not,
That
do not
was the
bring that up.
time. He was red hot. He was red hot
We did not.
right then in that
We
Mania. It
did
was
not
red
get the
hot.
match. We did not get the match from the Tokyo Dome that we thought we were going to get.
Yeah. No, we didn't. We didn't. We didn't. But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
and
yeah,
then didn't Nakamura face Brock Lesnar at one point?
I believe in
Japan,
Japan.
in Japan, yeah.
In
No, no,
Japan.
but he faced him in WWE, didn't he? They had a match, didn't they?
I
Wasn't
don't.
like the
No,
beast and something.
Yeah, I could have
no,
sworn
no,
they did.
no. They didn't have a match. I know they had probably had like a segment where like Brock, like a run in with like Nakamura was one of like 6 dudes that got fucked up by Brock, maybe something like that. But I don't think they had a match, not in WWE, but they did have a match way
In
back
Japan, I know that.
when
Yeah, in
in
Japan.
Japan when Nakamura was younger. Yeah, they had that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a banger. That was a crazy match. I
We'll see
remember
what
that. I
happens
saw
with Braun Breaker as the new IC champion, man. I'm just happy that he finally got it, and hopefully he can go on a good trajectory. Have a rivalry. That's what we need in the mid card division. A rivalry. I feel like there's so many guys waiting around. I can name some guys: Montez Ford, Chad Gable, fucking mad people that are in that form,
Yeah, there's
in
a couple
that
guys. Yeah.
realm.
Yeah, but they're all in. They're all. I mean, besides Montez, Chad's in his own feud now.
with
Montez
Wyatt
definitely.
Six.
I really want him to just be a single star at this point because
Mm-hmm.
profits are like done at this point. So I don't.
Yeah. Street Profits shouldn't just. Montez Ford needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Hayes too. I don't know what's going on. He's
Yeah,
getting
Carmelo
lost in the
Hayes is in
shuffle.
there. Yeah. Mm.
He's getting lost in the shuffle. He needs to. I
I mean,
think.
he's battling Andrade on SmackDown right now.
Right now,
So
Yeah.
he's feuding with Andrade right now. Didn't he win that last match on SmackDown against Andrade?
I think he did.
Or
Yeah.
did
I thought
Andrade
Andrade won.
No, Andrade won.
Oh no, Andrade won. Andrade won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andrade won.
Also, Andrade's won back-to-back matches against him.
Yeah,
So he's getting featured every week. So Carmelo Hayes is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens. You know that they feature the people, and then they start getting beat, and then you become Nakamura. That's the worst thing.
Or you become
Let's
Dolph.
hope,
Yeah,
hope
Dolph.
that's not
Oh my
happening.
God, poor Dolph.
Let's hope that's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, Braun Breaker, the new IC champion, man. Let's keep going on here. And also a new champion on SummerSlam. Nia Jax completes her redemption story.
Dance girl.
Ever since her return, she's been a whirlwind. She's been on fire. She's won the Queen of the Ring. What do you guys think about her crowning achievement, her winning the WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam against Bayley with the help of Tiffany Stratton?
I was gonna say mine will be quick. I'll be fast because this one was fast. Nia Jax, she deserved it. Honestly, she did. She after coming back from what she's been name called because rightfully so too. She's been like a I can't put it like a terrible worker, but a unsafe wrestler. So
She was on Mabel. She was on Mabel
yeah,
territory for a moment.
yeah, pretty much, and it wasn't good, and to see her come back from that and have some good matches. Honestly, she's been having some really good matches
Mhm.
compared to what she's had before. So seeing her resurrection to becoming this, she deserves it. I think that was good for her. I like the Tiffany Stratton thing, with her. Eventually, Tiffany Stratton is gonna betray her, obviously, and then. Maybe Nia Jax turns face, and that's what they're good. That I think they're going for the Tiffany Stratton super heel, the Dom heel. They're gonna put her as a super heel. But I feel like this was a good match. It was a good match, well deserved. Bailey, she'll be in the picture, of course. Bailey is a great wrestler. I do want to see Bailey wrestle other people. Honestly, she's been fighting Dakota Kai and Damage Control and Nia Jax for like the past year and a half. So I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it. I want to see Bailey face new blood. So let Nia Jax have her reign. She's good. She'll lose it. She'll probably lose it. I give it 2 pay-per-views and she'll lose it. But
Well, because of the Money in the Bank briefcase, that's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen more sooner than later, right?
yeah, before the Rumble. Before the Rumble.
Yeah. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match between the two. Bailey playing the underdog role as she usually does. I thought it was a fantastic match, and I thought they got a good time here. The way Nia Jax finished the match with the double, what is that called?
Annihilator.
Doing it twice, I thought that was the thing that put her over the top. I liked the finish and making her look powerful and strong at the end. But I thought it was a great match between the two. Tiffany Stratton getting involved was just whatever, but I'm happy for Nia because she's been working throughout this whole year. Kind of redemption story, right? Trying to get on the right track. But she's been great in the ring. She's been great on promos. The Queen in the Ring, I loved how that happened, defeating Lyra Valkyrie. Lyra Valkyrie. What? How do you say it, guys?
Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria.
Another one.
Gotcha. She's been on TV every week, so my apologies to her. But getting the win at SummerSlam for Nia Jax, I thought it was a fitting moment for her. And the way she did it, I thought it was powerful. I thought it was strong, and I thought it was a good finish.
You want to go ahead, Luz?
No, you got it.
So this definitely was a redemption story for Nia. I always go back to when she initially was with the company, and like John had mentioned, how she had gotten the label as an unsafe worker with a lot of the mistakes in the ring. And then she gets released. She comes back in a lot better physical condition, moving in the ring a lot better. And I think I had mentioned when she got drafted to SmackDown that she's going to be the top heel over there. And moving forward, if anybody's going to dethrone Bailey, it's definitely going to be her, and that's definitely what happened here. I love the spot in the match where where Bailey powerbombed Nia. No, that definitely was a very impressive. But this was the direction. As far as Tiffany Stratton goes, I'm very intrigued because I think John had mentioned the idea of her being a super heel, but the fans are kind of behind. Okay, the fans are behind Tiffany Stratton right now. The whole Tiffany time gimmick and everything. I mean, the fans actually like Tiffany Stratton, but at the same time, if they do go in that direction with her as a baby face per se, how does she like really like sustain that? Like, why do people like Tiffany Stratton right now? Is it just because she's attractive or good looking, or maybe it's her in-ring ability, or the combination of both? I can't figure out exactly why people like Tiffany Stratton exactly. I think it's a combination.
It's definitely her in-ring ability. I think her finisher, prettiest moonsault, the Tiffy time, Probably there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people
I
probably
just
find
want to
her.
say
That
too
shit
many
always makes me laugh.
too many wrestlers using the moonsault. Too many.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
come
Especially
on.
the women.
How many?
It's Io
Yeah, but
Sky's finisher.
you gotta make it your own though. They all make it their own.
Yeah, but
It's like
okay,
it's
but
like everybody using the
Tiffany
super kick.
has the step up, and she does it beautiful.
Yeah, 1, 2,
So that's
3,
why I
boom.
say the name for her finisher is perfect for that move.
So what's Io Sky doing?
She's
doing the
sits
moonsault.
and looks around. She's not
smacking your body
jumping
with
up
the
to the
moonsault.
top rope and going right off.
But nobody has a better moonsault than the Queen. I'll just put it like that.
No,
What?
she never lands.
Dan will argue that to death.
Show it over. It's like, bro, like I said, yeah. Like I said, yeah, she always does her moonsaults trying to land on her feet instead of trying to just land on the person.
She's the queen. She's the queen. She does it for a reason. I hope she comes back. That I want to see. I want to see Charlotte take the belt off of Nia Jax if that's the case. That would be cool.
She's gonna be ready soon. That's probably definitely gonna be a match in the upcoming PLE by the end of this year.
100%.
Yeah. We'll see when she comes back because that was a bad injury.
Yeah, very. She tore. Well, both her
ACL?
the ACL and
she tore, like,
MCL.
everything.
Yeah, she tore everything. It was bad. It was bad. It was really
sucks.
bad. I was pissed because that's my favorite women's wrestler. So,
but yeah, for this match, I mean, I've been reiterate what you guys all said. I've been saying it for a long time that Nia should that she's been looking fantastic since she came back, and happy that she finally got the title. Again, like I said before, her winning Queen of the Ring and getting the title just establishes that tournament and the prestige to it. I give props to Bayley. Definitely put up a fight. I think even Dan said it like in the chat where there was like Bayley was wrestling her ass off, and and
She went out like a champion.
She did. She went out like a champ. And, she tried. She kicked. She was the first person to ever kick out of the Annihilator, which I thought was a great showing of hers. I don't know where Bayley goes after this because we had full heel Bayley, and now she's kind of transitioned into this baby face. And I was like, what is she gonna do next? I really hope she just doesn't get thrown into a tag team. I hope she kind of or like tag teams with like Naomi or something. I really don't want to see that.
It's happening.
Just because of the buddy stuff, I don't know. I kind of see that happening too, but at the same time, it's like who else is on SmackDown for Nia to face? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think like who else is there that's a baby face that isn't in a tag team because you got Bianca and Jade right now. There's Bayley. Who else is left?
Not sure.
50 time.
50
time.
That's what I'm saying. So
maybe
that's
one of the things why they probably will turn Tiffany Stratton babyface because it's like who else is there?
Well,
Jade and Bianca are trying to build up that tag team division.
I hope there's either like a tournament or a battle royale to determine a new number one contender because I don't know who's facing Nia at this point.
Most likely they'll turn Nia face before Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton is a good heel. I think
don't want Nia Jax to be a baby face.
Yeah, no, Nia has to be a
heel right monster. She needs to stay a monster in the heel.
Yeah.
It fits her.
That's what's been working for her.
Because I remember when Nia Jax
because y'all think about it. If you make Nia a baby face, booking a monster as a baby face is like the hardest thing to do because no matter who they face, you can't build sympathy for them.
That's true.
So we'll see where it goes.
Yes, we will see where it goes, man. But Nia Jax becoming the WWE Women's Champion, we'll see how that goes. Let's get into our other women's match that kicked off SummerSlam. Liv Morgan completes her revenge tour. She did it, guys. Probably some of her best work in WWE. What do you guys make of this? Liv Morgan retained against Rhea Ripley and the introduction of the body cam, which we found out during this match and stuff like that. And Dominic Mysterio betraying his mommy to become a daddy.
How do you become a bigger a heel becomes a bigger heel? That's crazy. He's got to be the greatest heel.
Yeah. It was all about the swerve, bro. That's all it was. Like we all kind of saw it coming in a sense. I mean, the way that it came off on the PLE, when Dom gets involved with the referee, and then Liv gets the 3 count, and then they kind of cut to Dom's face for like a couple of seconds, where he kind of had that snide look on his face of like just screwing her, but like you didn't really know for sure until he helps Liv up, and then you're like, okay, we got it, and it's just like you said, now he's the heel in the company, and it's funny because I thought they were gonna do an in-ring segment on Raw with him and Liv, and I'm assuming they probably didn't do that because then Dom wouldn't have been able to talk. They literally
they would have booed him,
pound the shit out of him. So he wouldn't have been able to make a statement. But as far as the match itself goes, it was a very, very good match. It's always tough with someone the size of Rhea Ripley and then Liv Morgan to kind of give off the believability that Liv could actually have a chance, but they definitely did that in this match. It definitely was very, very competitive. Another example of the match was great, but obviously the storytelling and everything else that was a part of it was even better. Liv pretty much did what she said she was going to do, win the title, take Dom, and literally we call it a downgrade, but downgraded the Judgment Day. So in a way she wins, but this feud isn't over. This is probably going bad blood hell in a cell too.
Yeah. Liv and I give Liv her props too. Like in ring wise, she looked great. Sold everything.
I've said this.
But I think this also is a contribution of the character work as well. Whereas before, we never knew where Liv was going. It was just like she's playing the underdog and this. It was just like
she was hardcore for a minute.
Yeah, it's like she was still trying to find who her character is, and like now, like this whole storyline gave her like real purpose and everything, and it was just a great story in general. And like basically the whole Dom thing was like the best way to bring Rhea down. That's the best way that you were gonna like screw her and demolish her internally, emotionally, and all this stuff. So it's just a great story that we haven't seen in a long time, at least something of this magnitude, where like the guy is screwing over the female like this, I feel like we haven't seen something like that in a long time.
Eddie Guerrero.
And look how long it's been since something like that's happened. Literally the 90s.
That comes close is Christian and Trish and Chris Jericho. That whole angle at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
I think that was 20.
20. Yeah.
So it was definitely a great story. I also really questioned if Rhea actually popped out her shoulder in that match, or if that was just an angle. Because if she really did pop her shoulder back in, she's legit badass.
Maybe that's something that she can do, like Alexa Bliss.
That's the whole like twisting the arm, like it's broken type thing.
Because me and Dan were talking about it on the chat. We were on a chat, and we were like, "Nah, I don't know. That shit looks kind of."
I feel like she did it twice, because didn't she bump into the announcer's table and then she did it into the turnbuckle too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
she was all right. It came out on Raw, guns blazing.
And anybody that has a dislocated shoulder would know that's you got to have a hard surface in order for you to pop that back in. It's not gonna work just like that. It's not a movie. That's when I knew it was. That's when I knew it was fake. When I saw her going to the announcer's table. No, to the announcer's table first, because I was like, nah. The way she went into it, I was like, that's not how you pop your shoulder back in. I was like, if she would have done it on the ring post, like on the ring post itself, it would have been more believable. But on the announcer's table, that's when I was like, nah.
Who did that? Rambo? Was that Rambo that did it in First Blood or something like that?
Yeah, he pops it right back in. Yeah, on a tree. I think he hits the tree. Boom. That's how you do it. I'm telling you, it's not. It sucks, man. Like dislocating your shoulder, you feel. And the thing about it is, once you put it back in, you still feel the pain, of course, but the adrenaline takes over. So that's obviously, but that's what the story that we're trying to go with. That I liked the match. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good, great storytelling. I think the storytelling is what made the match more interesting. The Dom perspective. I'm honestly I'm a huge Dom fan now. I love Dom. Dominic Mysterio. I'm gonna be the only person cheering for him whenever I go see him live. I'll probably
I know
everybody's
this man
booing
was
him.
too.
I was
I'm gonna
cheering
be
for
cheering
Dominic
him.
Mysterio
I'm gonna be right
against
there cheering for
20,000
him.
fans in the Garden.
He is awesome. Yeah, I think he's doing great. I want him. It was an interesting take. I was reading a comment on YouTube, and I feel like they should do that. I think they need to lay into a little bit more into the ground of Eddie, which I feel that's cool. That would be cool. Not a total ripoff, but like take some element of Eddie and make him do like a lie, cheat, and steal type of thing, like like cheat to win, and like something to honor Eddie, or just give him a little nudge, and I think that'll push him over the top. If he takes I don't know if you guys remember. Well, I definitely remember that when Eddie used to win matches by this was
Of
before he
course.
died. He used to win matches before like just throw somebody the chair, and then
Yeah.
Kennedy comes to mind. He threw Kennedy the chair, and then he lied down, and then he would win the match that way, like something like that, like just to get Dom over. And
I wouldn't
I
want them
think
to keep playing on Eddie. I mean, I like what they're doing now with him being kind of just like a sleazeball. But I
I
feel like his character development is just happening because he's still as young as well. So,
yeah. Oh,
you
he's
know,
super young. He's 21, right? I thought he was like 21, 22.
yeah, he's young as hell.
He's
So,
young. He's super young.
but in retrospect, I thought the match was pretty good. I thought it was clear cut. I think like this is most of. I think this is the best Liv Morgan protection, and I'm back. All right, with Liv Morgan, I think this is some of her best work, and I feel like this is the perfect role for her. It took a while; she was in tag team after tag team after tag team,
I
and they
agree.
tried to make her hardcore, going through tables. That didn't work. So I feel like she's really found her role as a damsel in distress and kind of a manipulator, kind of like AJ Lee was at that
Yeah,
point in time when she was there. So
that's what it
um,
reminded me of. AJ Lee.
yeah, so playing on that, I feel like that's the perfect role for her, and we need that in wrestling. So kudos to Liv Morgan and Dominic. I feel like Dominic is having a time of his life right now. He's been in so many things. You think about him wrestling his pops at WrestleMania, tag teaming with Edge and Ray and stuff like that, becoming tag team champions. He's been around for a while now. And last year when he was the workhorse, wrestling every damn show in a week, multiple times. But you
Yeah,
just think of his growth, you think of Liv Morgan's growth, and Rhea Ripley needed something to change up, right? Because
yeah.
unfortunately, Raquel Rodriguez is on the shelf for a while. Hopefully, she comes back soon. Hopefully she comes back. But I feel like this is a natural progression of this storyline, and now Damian Priest looks like he's in it with Rhea Ripley. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But I think this match was it did what it needed to do to continue this feud, welcome Rhea Ripley back into the ring. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's get into Cleveland's own Logan Paul. Logan Paul losing his United States title to L.A. Knight. So L.A. Knight finally gets his mid-card title.
Yeah,
What?
we all saw it coming. We all saw it coming.
What?
I picked
That was
Logan.
What?
yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
exactly.
it coming.
Yeah. You let that prom sponsorship deal get in your head, Dan. You're picking Logan Paul.
I thought Logan Paul was good. I thought he was going to win, man.
Dan
And you're the
was
one that
drinking
told us.
the Moon
And you're
Rocks.
the one that told us he's getting sued by the Olympics.
Hey.
I know for
Yeah,
all
yeah. He
the
did. You did
I
tell.
already made my pick. It was too late.
Dan likes to go against the needle, so because he
But what do you guys think about
believes.
LA Knight? I feel like this was long overdue. I felt like this match should have happened at WrestleMania, but it happened
Yes,
in Cleveland.
I agree.
But what do you guys make of this matchup in LA Knight finally getting that mid card title and seeing what he can do here? What do you guys make of that?
Long
Great, he
overdue.
deserves it.
Way too long. Way too long. But this is a guy who literally. I mean, what has really changed about LA Knight in the last 2 years besides his opponents? I mean, he's pretty much had the same exact character, making the same exact jokes, having the same interaction with people. The only thing that's changed are his opponents now because the fans love him so damn much. So he's been that consistent. He's been that consistent for the last 2 years. It's great that this is his first single world championship in WWE. I think it's the first singles title he's held since he was Impact World Champion. I think, which was years ago. So the fact that now that he's holding a title in the big leagues, congratulations to LA Knight. To go back to the match was very entertaining. Obviously Logan Paul, athletic freak. That moonsault that he did was like picture perfect. I saw on the
wrestler doing the moonsault.
No, but the way he pulled that off
moonsault
was magnificent. So he actually had Undertaker on his podcast recently, and he actually was talking about doing that move. Talk about how he practiced it for like at least three to 4 months, and how like he had the referee on the low kind of like wipe his arm against the rope to make it dry. That way he wouldn't slip when he did it. So I thought that was interesting. He said he's never going to do it again because he did it so perfect the first time that he doesn't want to ruin that moment. I don't blame him because the way he did it was just picture perfect. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with that either. But it was a great match, and congratulations to LA Knight.
Yeah, same.
LA Knight deserved it. I think it was long overdue. I'm an LA Knight fan, so I gotta say he deserves it. I think he's gonna have a good title reign with that. This is gonna be that's what I'm liking about Triple H's reign with this. Like they're making it more into like pushing uh this title and the Intercontinental pretty much are leveled. So they're so whoever whenever they lose that respective belt, they go on to to face the world title. They're in the world title
That's what
picture.
should happen.
Yeah. LA Knight. I feel like LA Knight's gonna be in the world title in the WWE Championship picture because obviously the world title is gonna be Gunther, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and them. So I could see LA Knight going to with Cody Rhodes, because he is that big of a superstar. People don't understand. He's a huge superstar now. Like this guy, he gets cheered, uh, you know, everywhere. Like I know he has the cheesy catchphrases and stuff like that, but
With the
people don't
Slim Jim
understand.
advertisement.
It sells. It sticks. Just like I tell people, man, like these the Rock made a shtick with his whole run, and like these catchphrases, they stick and people love them, and I like them. I think he's gonna be good. He's definitely gonna be a future WWE champ. Uh, I would say probably in the next maybe year and a half. I would say not 2025, maybe 2026. I could see him as WWE champ, um, or maybe even end of 2025. Who knows? But I feel like that they can push him in the right direction. He's gonna be good.
There's one thing he has to do in order to do that.
Oh my God! Don't tell me he's got to be Roman Reigns.
No, he's got to turn heel.
Yeah.
No,
He
you
will
don't
be
want to.
way more effective as a
Right
heel.
now, he's hot. Right now, that like
It
as a
depends on who
face.
he's gonna face. If it's like a Cody, then yeah, he probably should
Yeah,
turn
he would
heel.
have to turn heel. Yeah, but like even maybe Cody turns heel. That would be great. But that the
If Cody
WWE is
turns
not
heel,
going to do
that's when
that.
the
If
shit.
Joey turns heel, the glasses are off.
Yeah, yeah. WWE won't do that because obviously Cody is their moneymaker. And LA Knight, and Cody are two of the biggest faces on SmackDown right now. So it's like they can't turn him heel. So I feel like if anything, he could probably win off of another heel. So Cody would have to lose his belt to like Roman, but Roman they're not gonna turn Roman. Roman can do both. Roman could be a heel and a face. I could see that. Um, he could be like a Brock Lesnar type of a character where where Brock was, you never knew, like even if he was a heel, people cheered him regardless because he was that much of a badass. That's what they could do with like Roman Reigns, make him into that type of person, and then maybe LA Knight takes it off of Roman Reigns. That'd be great. I'll be on the podcast yelling at Dan. But that would be fantastic. That's my opinion with that. But go ahead, Lou. You called it. You called it like everybody did.
I just want to say before Lewis goes, Roman Reigns is not losing to LA Knight. Okay, you can
Yes,
go.
he is.
It was close. It was close to happening. Yeah. Super happy that LA Knight finally got the win. Definitely happy to have the U.S. title back. Hopefully on TV more. Let's see more title defenses. Let's see him get some feuds in. Whether it's like with Santos Escobar or all these other people. Just give them wins. Elevate it. I want it to come back to how. Not necessarily like John Cena U.S. Open Challenge, but maybe his own iteration of that, or same as how Bobby was kind of elevating it and having all these matches. That way, it's
the mid-card title should be a weekly occurrence.
Exactly, it really should. It really should. That's what it's there for. That's what it should be, and that's the person that has it should defend it, show their strengths, whatever, whether they're heel or babyface, show the reason why they're in that position. And, that should be what determines if they elevate to that next level or not. And, we all know that LA Knight is going to be in that upper card soon enough. I see him, honestly, probably after WrestleMania, just being around the world title picture. Might not win it off the rip, but maybe like John said, towards the end of the year.
Heel.
And that could work. That could do it too. Because LA Knight's one of those people. I mean, in NXT, he was a great heel. So
yeah, he was.
And he a lot of people. I think because everybody loves the catchphrase and who he is, but that could also be like, screw this. I'm not just a catchphrase. I'm gonna do what I got to do to win. So I think that would be an easy transition for him. But we'll see what happens with Logan Paul if he's even coming back. Is he going to stick around? Is he just going to go for more world title shots, or are they just going to save him for all these Saudi shows or whatever? I don't know. We'll see.
They love him out there, so fuck it.
Exactly. I can easily, they want Prime everything out there, so I can see them using it for Crown Jewel and whatever, So
we shall see, man. We shall see. But kudos to LA Knight finally getting that mid-card title, man. SummerSlam was good. I thought it was a good show. As some people were saying, it was predictable and stuff like that, and some people had issues with that, but I did not have an issue with that. I thought it was a pretty good show top to bottom. I thought it extended storylines. I thought it got some things to point across. We got new champions. We thought we were going to get a clean sweep with new champions, besides Cody. I think Cody was the only standstill that we were in, probably Gunther, that we probably thought was the two matches that were really, really, really thought that the only person that I should say that wasn't going to lose his title was probably going to be Cody. But
and Liv.
We got a bunch of new champions, man. We got new storylines coming in. Can't wait to see what happens. Roman Reigns returns. That's going to be big time. Definitely going to be big time on SmackDown tomorrow. So definitely will be watching. We'll see what happens, especially with next week with the whole Judgment Day. The Wyatt Six made their debut on SmackDown as well. So a bunch of things happening in the works, man. As always, John, thank you for joining us, man, and giving us your CM Punk critique.
Before we go, I just want to say Daniel's hating on the Wyatt Six right now, and I've been telling him the Wyatt Six are awesome. He's gonna eat those words. Wyatt Six, Bo Dallas, WWE champion, future WWE champion.
That's a bold statement. That's a bold statement.
I'm gonna just say this. I liked what I saw. I'm gonna just say the whole supernatural thing. It has its preference with people. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all.
I'm gonna say on the Wyatt Six on this episode is that it's Ravens Flock 2.0. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God! Here we go.
Stop it.
All right, no. We're gonna cover that next week. Watch. Right, next week.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be here next week for that.
No. We're gonna talk about that next week. No,
I have to. I have to.
I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of the Wyatt Six. I'm sorry.
My God.
You want to know what? I'm not sorry. But you want to know what, guys? That'll do it for this episode. John, thanks for joining us. And remember, fans, always kick out on two. Never give up. Until next time.
1, 2.